What's up, fishing crew? Crazy Fisherman here, and my name's Paul. And I started Crazy Fisherman in August of 2019, and I enjoyed it. I bought a GoPro with some summer money, and I built this channel and learned editing and how to make a video and how to make YouTube creations and the background of YouTube and how to analyze it and everything. And I got better at it, and the channel grew a little bit to the point that I was known as Crazy Fisherman. Not just online, but as somebody at school, somebody at home, somebody with my friend groups. So I took on that identity of Crazy Fisherman is who I am. So my identity would rest in whether the channel did well or not, and whether videos did well, or whether I missed an upload. And I was very critical of myself. This spilled over to more than just the YouTube videos. This spilled over into the way I treated myself with schoolwork, at work, alone, at home, with friends. I was very critical of myself in the way I did, the way I walked. And I put my identity in those things. And if I nailed something, I didn't nail it perfect. If I did really well on something, I didn't actually do really well. People could say all they wanted about who Paul was, and it wouldn't matter because my identity was now lying in my performance. In the fall of 2023, I attempted to take my own life. I was unsuccessful, and I learned a little bit in that time coming out of it, and I got a little bit of help, and I thought I got better and kind of tried to move on. And not very many months after, a coworker I worked with took their own life. We closed Saturday nights. We'd had long conversations, and we'd hung out outside of work, and it sucked. I knew to some extent what it felt like to be there, and I isolated even further from people. I pushed people away. When I hung out with you, I seemed okay. Did anything to seem okay. Said, look at my channel, look at what I made, look at anything except for my heart and who I was and who I actually thought I was and where I put my identity, and tried to make everyone think I was okay, almost to convince myself that I was okay, and that just wasn't good. So starting in about a year and a half to 2 years ago, I slowly at first started to build myself back up by putting my identity in Jesus Christ. It's the only thing that truly brings my identity, and he's the only one who truly says who I am. And what he says about me is that I'm loved, that I'm a son of his, and that I matter. And it's not easy to accept that. And I still struggle with dealing with my own battles and wanting things to be perfect, and that it's not perfect, but at the end of the day, I need to look up at my Father in heaven and take on his identity and who he says I am. That being said, I have a couple things I'd like to say. One, if you're where I was at, I got 3 things. Hope you find the help you need. 2, hope you find your identity in Christ. And 3, I hope you start telling people. Open up about it. You'll find a lot more people have struggled with maybe not exactly your story, but similar things. The only way we break the forces of depression and suicide is by coming together and telling our stories. Secondly, if you've had someone near you take their own life, I'm so deeply sorry. And I know how much it hurts. And I just pray that as you grieve it, that it would not be a grief where you are on yourself about it. That it is a grief for the loss. And that we learn from it what we can learn. We learn better warning signs. We learn to talk about it more, and we learn to ask truly how people are doing more often, especially those around us. And I pray you find peace in God, and that you can find some peace in His Spirit. And third, I am starting a different channel. I am going to leave Crazy Fisherman in the past because that's not who I am. Starting a new channel, don't know the name. There'll be a link in the description to it. But with it, I got a couple things I want to do. First of all, no more deadline of uploads. I will upload videos that I like, upload content, whatever that may be, and I will upload a little bit on my own schedule. On that channel, some of the stuff I want to do is I want to make fishing content. I will make some fishing content on there. Gaming content. I want to make fun videos again with my friends, with my siblings who have been a part of videos that I have. I want to make short films. I've made a lot of short films. Done some journalism, and yeah. But I also want to bring God into my channel. I want to have some faith-based stuff, and I want to have some real conversations with some people, I think, at the end of the day. So if you got a story that you want to tell, I want to invite you to reach out. In the description of the channel, I'll put an email. And if you got a story, I'd love for you to reach out, and I'd love to have a little bit of a long-form discussion and talk about some real conversations. And I just hope in those conversations we can learn more and keep that conversation rolling. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So thank you all. You may not know it, but you springboarded me into trying a lot of video content creation in a lot of different ways. And I found out it is something I love to do. And yeah, I love you all. Hope you have great lives. God bless you all. Peace out.